Hi, I'm Margaret Lewin with Margaret Lewin Quilting, and today I am going to be sharing with you an extremely special artist. It's Michelle Palmer. Michelle not only does punch needle, pen and ink, but she also designs fabric and has designed some beautiful pieces. What you're seeing right now is Fractures and Flourishes, which was released by Red Rooster Fabrics. She now works with P&B, and I have had the pleasure of being able to see some of the fabrics that are going to be coming up very soon, and they are beyond gorgeous. So let's quickly take a look at these, and then I am going to introduce you to Michelle and her daughter Elena. They are both incredible artists. Hi everybody, this is Margaret Lewin with Margaret Lewin Quilting. Today I am sitting with Michelle Palmer and her daughter Elena Palmer, and we are going through one of her latest lines of fabric. This one's called Fractured, and I wanted you to see how Michelle goes about designing these, and then we'll show the fabrics that go along with it. So, Michelle, would you explain what this is?
So I did pen and ink when I was in college. I was in American architecture, and we had to do a final project, and I was doing barns and cobblestone buildings. And when we went into Pennsylvania for some of the cobblestones, we started seeing the
Pennsylvania Dutch.
the Pennsylvania Dutch symbols. And then when I started researching that was before internet.
Yes.
When I started researching that, I started finding the fracture, the birds.
Oh, my mom and dad used to always tell me they were called hex signs.
Yes.
Is it that true?
So they would be on the barns.
Yeah.
Yeah, things like that.
Oh.
But you don't, because now they've all worn down, and so many so many of the barns are vanishing.
And so now you don't see them.
You don't see as many.
Okay.
Some people restore them.
Where did you go to college?
RIT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
RIT.
All right.
That's where I was in architecture. So the whole spin out of that was in all of the margins of my notebooks while I was doing the researching for the cobblestone and the old barns. I started putting all these little sketches in, and I came across my old notebooks, and I started putting them into a fracture notebook. So I have a whole, I should have brought that to show you, but so I just sat down. We had a stormy weekend, and I just sat down and started drawing them, and I thought, they'd make a really cool calendar. So I came up with 12 different images that could be each month of a calendar. And in walnut ink, I boiled the walnut ink in a quilt,
So you wait a minute.
old-fashioned pen.
Hang on. What is walnut ink?
So you just, like in the fall when the walnuts fall off the tree and they turn black.
Yeah.
Sharon Sowell had a tutorial online on how she boiled down her walnuts and made walnut ink.
How do you get the color?
It's just, that's how you walnut dye. That's how you have the natural dye. The longer you cook it, the more concentrated the ink. And it's been the most beautiful ink. So it's all drawn in this walnut ink that I made with my dip pen.
What color is it?
Brown.
So it's the brown.
It's the brown.
Okay, and then so it's all of these trees.
Yep. In all of the outlines.
And that is in all of these little dots down here?
Yes, that's all done with my dip pens.
That is so cool.
Antique pens, yep, and walnut ink.
All right, I'm going to put this up closer to the camera so that they can see it. Look, guys, isn't that just the coolest?
And it really translated,
It translates gorgeous.
Yep. They took some of them out. You can see
I'm going to show you what they ended up with in this panel, and then we'll go on and show you the rest of the months. Here is the fabric that went with this print. So here's the print, and now here is the fabric, and see, here's your trees.
Mhm.
And as Michelle was saying, they didn't put all of them in, but they did take quite a few.
Yeah, they simplified it, a little bit.
What I'm amazed at is how brilliant their colors are with yours.
Yes.
I mean, they did a
Yes.
great job of
Yes.
really matching those up.
And the
Yes.
watercolor look.
Yeah.
Yep. They keep it, they keep it blotchy.
Yeah.
The true
It just looks
characteristic of it.
great.
Yep.
All right,
Because
and then
the
this
fractures
is
are
here.
Mm-hmm.
So they put that in there, and then this one is in here.
Yep. And then they just put a toss of the others.
And a toss is just, it's like they took
Yeah.
all the pictures and just tossed them in the air and they landed.
Yes, that's
Okay.
how they do it.
Okay.
That's how I do it. They might like me to have a more technical term, but that's
Okay.
so you can see where they put them in to make balance and fill in.
Oh, this is good. What? And look, the bird's legs.
Mm-hmm.
That just gets me, how they do that.
So
Wow.
I wanted to mix it and have flourishes with it because, to me, two different styles, but I thought they would marry nicely, and I think
Oh
they did.
yeah.
So you'll see more
Okay,
of
so
the
this
flourishes
is
and other.
January, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you have February?
Mm-hmm. February.
Oh, look at these. Oh, these are gorgeous. It would be really neat to do something with all 12 of them.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I love this.
I like those colors together.
I want to see if you
Lena
guys
likes
can
those
see
colors
that
together.
closely. Look at these flowers. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, so cool. All right, so February
March.
and then March.
So they're like
Oh,
robins
Look.
and rain.
And then the little raindrops.
See, and then I got to start adding some flourish type work.
That is really beautiful. It's just gorgeous.
Also historic pen and ink tradition in the flourish.
Oh, it is? Explain that to us.
When they used to, I think under signatures, correct?
Yeah, they do it John Hancock.
Yeah. Basically what he did underneath his name was a flourish.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to draw birds just with lines in pen and ink.
We have,
Oh,
what are your little signature albums? We were
Yeah.
telling you we met Virginia Wise, Brockport. She went to.
She's a doctorate from Cornell.
Yeah.
And she collected a lot of antiques and ephemera. And we had all of these little books that were kind of
Autograph books.
like autograph books, like a yearbook, kind
Okay.
of like at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Some of them were
well, we
children.
had
or
autograph
college.
books when we were younger.
Yeah.
These are gorgeous. These are early
Like
1800s,
Victorians.
mid 1800s,
Yeah.
and they're filled with flourishes.
They have the little die cuts in them.
Yeah.
With the hands and flowers and
Mhm.
so a lot of that you can see underneath their signatures or at the end of when they were writing. There was just all of this glorious
Design.
motion.
Yeah.
It was like their doodles.
It was like
Their
doodles,
doodles
yeah.
were super cool compared to our doodles.
Yes.
They had turbo doodles. There's April.
Oh, I love
I like Flow
blue.
Blue. April's my birthday, so
Okay.
that tends to have
Oh.
to
And a
match.
wren.
And
And
now,
a wren.
in this, what type of you'll have to help me through. What is that type of a flower, or what do you call this? No. Okay.
No.
Good. That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Fractured flower.
Fractor has a lot of hearts. So
Okay.
like in wedding certificates and birth certificates, they would make hearts and put their wording within it.
Okay.
So that's why.
But look at how different this one looks in the blue than this one in the pinks.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, I love both of them,
Yeah.
but this blue is really stunning.
And I put a pattern together like that when I was doing it, knowing I would be sending it to my fabric company as well as a calendar,
Mhm.
looking at it, to give them a pattern option. Maybe
Okay.
they would like a check. You
All
know,
right.
maybe they would like, you know.
I'm not sure if you are aware, there's a fabric designer and quilter, and her name is Adita Setar. I absolutely positively love her work.
Mhm.
It is beyond gorgeous. She mixes all different fabrics together, and she says that every fabric should have a big print, a little print, a stripe, a check, and I thought there was one more. A big little stripe check, and I almost thought there was one more. But
Could
one
it
of
be
the
like
things,
a neutral, like a
maybe,
wash?
maybe, yeah. But one of the things that I loved about these the first time I saw them was the fact that you have all those different elements. Like here you've got stripes. Here you've got more stripes. You've got solid elements. You've got, oh, polka dot. That was the other one. You've got polka dots here. So inside of each one of these, you have all of those elements built right on top of one another. And I just think it's really pretty. I just think it's gorgeous.
It's a lot to look at and a lot to take in visually, for sure.
Mm-hmm. But it's gorgeous. So then they take these and then just pick elements from these that they want.
Yes, they put together the programs, you know, and they, like I said, they think like quilters. They knew what they were, how they were designing the panel
Mm-hmm.
for different projects, and you know, because the last, like when we did the Flow Blue Garden,
Mm-hmm.
that was placemats,
Okay.
and you have the bees. That one's just all different. They're all the same size square.
Mm-hmm.
And that one.
That one, they are all the same size
Yeah.
squares. One of the things that I really liked about this one is that it's different size squares.
Mhm.
I really liked that they
Mhm.
did that.
With these little ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like that.
So
I
there's-
wish they would do more with this. I just think it's gorgeous.
There's me.
My May babies and the pumpkin or the pineapples.
Mhm.
Oh, look at the little teeny tiny trees up here at the top. Aren't those adorable?
See, I thought this would be a really neat coordinating
Yeah, would have been.
design, or even these little guys.
What I love is that they grabbed this right
Yes.
here.
Yes.
I love that. If you look at the panels, at the top of the panels, there is your print.
Yes.
And I just am thrilled that they did that.
Yes.
I think that's one of the coolest things. Cool.
June,
Aww.
and it's roses. My mom loved roses, so it's rosemary garden. So with going with the Fractor more, you know, it really was a way of them recording history
Mm-hmm.
with art around it. So that's why I tucked that part in. And Mom had trellises, climbing roses, and
I didn't notice the trellises the first time I saw this.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Could kind of look like flour sack material if it had been
yeah.
a print.
a-
It would have
order.
looked like.
And I think this is more of a tulip motif
Mhm.
in Fractor, but we'll never tell.
I just think it's beautiful. What's the significance of 1929?
That's when Mom was born.
Aww.
Yeah. That's when
So
she was
you
born.
get to put a little piece of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Um,
a few designs, like I did a nautical print, and the name of the boat, you know how they always name boats, named it Harold J. or Newtown, or I don't, somehow
Okay.
it has my dad's name on it and the year he was born, or the year he died, or something.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
you know, it's tucked in.
Do you remember Hell of a Good Cheese?
Yes.
Okay, Hell of Good Cheese is a local company. I'm not swearing.
It's really good cheese.
It is really good cheese. Well, they packaged it right here in Sodus.
Yes.
That's where their packaging plant was. And the gentleman John, one of the three children, they had two boys and a girl. He used to do the design layout for all of the packaging. And in every packaging of one of the lines of cheese, someplace hidden in the logo are his children's initials.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's
So
neat.
he got his kids, he got his brother's kids, and his sister's kids, and they're all hidden within there someplace. So they're the only ones that, you know, in the locals,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
are the only ones that
Yeah.
know it. I like that kind of thing. I
Yep.
think that's really cool.
I
Makes
think
it
we had
personal.
I think we had kitchen towels licensed once, and they were Newtown Garden Center, Newtown,
Oh.
and that was my main name. So
Okay.
you know, Palmer. Some of it was Palmer and Newtown
Will,
seeds.
Will James.
Yeah.
Will's name.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is
So,
cool.
yeah.
That
What
is-
did we have? June.
June,
So
yeah.
we have July. Red, white, and blue.
Oh. I love the pop of orange. Oh, look at the feathers. Oh, those are really cool.
And I thought, you know, what is the tweet?
Herringbone.
Herringbone?
Uh-huh.
I thought it would be, you know, you could always do
Oh, yeah.
a coordinating fabric like that.
Absolutely.
If you just tuck it in and, you know, they always, Red Rooster always puts such a nice program together. And they find the ones that work well, but, you know,
That is neat.
wheat could have been a toss, but then it makes it fall.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. And
And
again,
what's the general
flourishes.
public looking for? Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's a tough thing to know what they're looking for. But I love those flourishes around it. It just makes such a difference.
July, August,
August. Oh.
sunflower.
Look at the beautiful sunflowers. Oh, that is so pretty. I love these.
And I think
I'm
so.
like a pinky girl.
It seems like those are somewhere, but maybe
Someplace
not.
in here.
Yeah, maybe not. Yep.
Where?
No, okay, they're in the.
Oh, they're in. Oh, there they are. Yep. Yeah.
That's amazing when you pull that out and show it. I just love how they took all these different birds
I
and
can't
they
wait.
made the toss.
I can't wait to show everybody that. I think that's really cool.
They're
I
September.
love this fabric.
Of course, you live near an orchard, so
Yeah.
perfect apple a day. And there's
And see here, this flower is over here in these coordinating prints. But isn't it amazing where they get it from?
and how they make it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how they brought it to tone on tone. They took the coloring out of the leaf and just had it as a line drawing
That is really cool.
and a little pop of white.
How long does it take from the time that you submit one of these to when they actually start printing fabric?
They could if I sent it and it would fit into the season that they're currently working on, they could put it right in and it would take a year to get into production.
A year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I would think, you know, the Photoshop person has to go through, you know, the art department has to go through and do their polishing. They have to decide what they're looking for and
Mhm.
start putting it together, and they have their reviews, and then it has to be engraved October.
Oh, look at the acorns.
See, again, you know, if they had
And
any
the
toss, it would
grapes.
really turn it into a fall
Mm-hmm.
program. So they kept it all season,
Yeah.
November.
And there's that repeat right there, just in different colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then the leaves. I love the colors
Yeah.
on that. And
So in
again-
thinking with the calendar, yeah, there's that ribbon again. So in thinking of the colors for a calendar, they just start matching. This one, if it had been considered for anything, would have been repainted because that background is just so busy.
Which part are you saying is too busy?
This part here,
Oh, okay.
I thought was too busy, but
The parts that I love about it are here. I love this top, the bird, and the pears.
Yeah.
And well, I do really like this too.
it's the partridge in a pear tree. But that
Yeah.
background really was too full.
You didn't. No, you didn't like it when
No,
you were done
not-
with
not
it.
That might
this-
have been the first one
Not
you
that
did. I
section.
think.
It looked really neat in pen and ink.
Okay.
And then when I added color, it just didn't hold up the same.
So do you always do pen and ink first?
No, this collection was just different.
Throwback,
Yep,
taking it all the way back to
Yeah.
what they would have
I've
used.
drawn in chalk. You know, I did the whole, because chalkboard art is so popular right now. So I did that years ago. I've painted on the postcards years ago. You know, just to keep it a little bit more interesting. Red Rooster did a postcard program.
Okay.
Postcard garden.
Yeah, I remember that one. Okay.
That was my first program with them.
Wow. Okay, so these get submitted I take it they go digitally to
Yep.
them.
Yep.
And then they sit there and they say, I want you to change this, or I don't want you to change that, or
No,
they just
they might
take it
need
like
more
this?
art, but they don't ever ask me to change anything.
Okay.
If they ever need something, they'll say, I try to give them as much. Usually it's too much art,
Okay.
because I'll be talking to Anna and she'll say, we're thinking about a new program, give me a specific theme, and I'll just start sending her art, and sometimes it's too much. Instead of, sending 30 pieces and letting them decide, it'd be easier if I could narrow it down.
Okay.
So I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just want to give them as many options and thoughts, and sometimes too much art goes in too many directions.
And they can't focus on what they need to focus. They can't
Yeah,
focus on it,
It's,
or
or they're trying to figure out what I'm going to do, because if I send too much, they might not know exactly where I'm going
with it.
with it. Let's just take the ugly one off. let's look at a prettier one. We're staring far too long at that one. So let's put spring on.
Okay.
Where do we? You know what? We'll put patriotic on, because that's where we're at right now. So
Yeah, we are.
July.
Yep, almost.
So I've learned through the years to try to not give too much art, just to flood somebody with all kinds of information that they just may not need.
Okay.
But when I did this one, I just sent it down and I said, hey, I kind of had an itch to do some pen and ink,
Mm-hmm.
and I found my fractor art and I mixed it with flourishes, and there's all kinds of patterns, and what do you think? And Anna contacted me a few days later and she's like, we love it, we're gonna figure something out. And so they put it together.
It was
Yep.
at that point you
Because
just
I don't
wait.
design fabric. I don't know what a quilter would, I don't sew. So I don't really know what a quilter would particularly be in need of. They do.
Okay.
That's, and it's kind of neat that I can give them art and they
Can go
do
from
their
there
thing.
and make changes.
Yep.
Okay, so now when you put all of these pieces together, they pick the colors from these pieces for the coordinating prints,
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
Okay, so here are your coordinating washes
Yes.
that they've picked. And you can see how beautifully they match up with the fabrics.
Right.
They're just
Right.
gorgeous. They're
And
beautiful.
probably they considered that their panel,
I want to open the panel up so that they can.
because there would be the green, there's the gold, the green and the gold,
Go.
and well, no, because the red's not there.
I wonder. Here,
Maybe it's just because there is so much red in the.
Let's do this way. I'm gonna take it this way and open it right up so that they can see the panels. That to me. Okay, so they ended up taking, let's see, here's one panel right here. So they ended up taking, if we start with the summer and work our way. Oh, Tuck Tuck came in to see us.
Hi, puppies.
And Rena. So now we've got the whole family here.
So they have their. They took January.
Here's, oh, okay, we'll move this down then so that they can see it. Excuse the dog's tails wagging. So here's January. And they took January's and made that into winter all over. And they really followed this piece to the,
Yes.
really followed it. The only thing they didn't put in were the little teeny tiny ones.
Right.
just these little teeny pieces. I'll bring this up so that you can see it. So these little teeny tiny pieces they did not put in, but everything else is in there. And then they took a piece of the design and put it down there and added some of those little background pieces to it. And then look at how gorgeous these are with it. And these are just the, what you call them? I call these solids because they read solid.
Yeah, so it was just a watercolor wash.
Okay, so it's a watercolor wash. They're beautiful. And then spring.
So they chose May,
Oh, look.
but then you can see that they chose
It's
March. And they changed up their birds, the bird color. So
Oh. I didn't. Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
And
make
then
it-
the heart came from. Well, because it's different than that one.
Yeah. So they really did search through all of the
Oh,
motifs.
There's
but
the heart. They just switched up the colors a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, neat.
So they really take their time and they went through.
And really picked pieces that they wanted out of it.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, neat. So then we go from that to, let's pull up summer. That's Tucker. He's in heaven. Elena's petting him.
I'll avoid the ears for the camera.
And
Okay, and that one.
this tulip came from, okay, from that piece.
But look, they made it. You know,
They made it
because
into,
it didn't have its
I
stem.
don't think anything you had bumblebees in it either. And didn't they pull those from? Didn't we decide
Queen
they
bee,
came
yeah,
from
they could have quilting bee.
quilting bee?
yeah, there is a bee.
Yeah.
And another one up here.
And this is a part of.
Yeah, I don't think
This
I think
is
this
in
was
one.
one of the programs I didn't tuck a bee into.
Okay.
There it is. Nope, it's right there.
Oh, it
Elena.
is right here. Look.
Look, there was a
Oh,
bee.
There's
there
there.
was
a bee
one.
right
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Oh,
that
neat.
bird was
So small.
this
you
bird.
couldn't
So the
recognize.
same with the rose,
Mm-hmm.
the tulip there, and they just
They just reversed it.
flipped it,
Yeah.
which I like because it would be better that it's not looking out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say, Elena?
These came from a hill. In one, you did.
Yep.
I think it's so fascinating how they grab
Yeah.
pieces of your artwork.
They've got a really good Photoshop.
This little.
Yeah. Oh, neat. Oh, that is really cool.
So there's the autumn one. That bird's got fancy feathers. What's this bird?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But see, they changed the color again.
Yep. And they put the flourish in from something else.
Mm-hmm.
From here. It's this flourish underneath it.
Or one of these bottom ones. Yeah. Or one of these.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. They really put a lot of, I don't know, I just
Yeah, they
I
do.
love their details.
I love what they did.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's take this now, and I want to show you what Michelle refers to as the toss. These are the two fabrics that they did that have little bits and pieces all over of everything. So isn't that neat?
And most of those were found in January's.
Really?
Yeah. I think they called this medallion when
Okay.
when they sent me, because they'll send me strike-offs as they're, as things come along, and the colors don't necessarily.
So this is what you get as a strike off.
Mm-hmm. She'll send me a little piece. Because they'll get these, and then that then they'll still send it back out for more edits, for more changes, and you know, based on what they see. You know, because I can only assume they're looking at a computer screen,
Mhm.
and then they'll print it out, but it's still going to be different once it's put on fabric.
Oh, that's cool. So here's the washes, which are right here. And yeah, you can see look, they changed.
Mm-hmm.
That one to me looks different.
And I think this is a different fabric quality, because,
Mhm.
you know, I'll call Anna and I'm like, oh my goodness, and I'm all goosebumpy and excited, and she's like, well, that's just the other, you know, the different level of fabric. Wait till it's on the nice.
Oh, neat. And then here is the other, well, let's go with this one. This one is just so cool.
Yeah. And they designed that, Red Rooster designed that all.
So on this one, they took all of your different birds.
Mm-hmm. And different vines, different perches, different flowers. The medallions are in here. You know, a lot of the, see, there's the
Mm-hmm.
something from every month, and they made it flow
It is just gorgeous.
so it would fit into the repeat.
And look, you have one vine. They've stuck your birds in on the vines. Look at this one's a flower instead of a bird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is really cool. Tucker, what are you chewing on?
This twig.
Okay. And then these are the coordinating fabrics that go with it that were also part of the design.
Mm-hmm. And that was from the apple orchard that you had.
That was from the, what is it, September or
Yep,
August or?
September. Back to school.
Oh, neat. I turned the other guys, we got a good one. I turned the other camera on and Elena backs right up. Don't let me get in there. That was cute. So then these are the fabrics, but this is what the quilt shops see. So here it is where they put it all out on paper so that everybody could see it. And there it is. Isn't that the coolest?
It's just amazing. You know, when we saw this, it was just something early American.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You
a
know.
wallpaper.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous.
It's just amazing how
I think
someone
if
can
you
bring
were-
your art to life.
I
Yeah.
think it might drive you nuts, but if you were to hand quilt and go around all those birds, that might be kind of neat.
But that
Or
would be
applique
cool.
or something
Yeah.
with them. Yeah.
Yeah, you could fussy cut these out
Yeah.
and then put them on something.
Yeah.
But yes,
We'll let you.
we'll let you do it.
We'll let you.
Yeah,
And
we'll
then-
teach you
and
how to
then
do
Margaret
it.
can share about you doing that.
So that, everybody, is fractured.
Fracture and flourishes.
Fracture and flourishes, right?
Yep.
And this one is out in stores right now.
Yes.
Okay.
This one came out in July.
So
March?
March?
Yes. The other
March
one.
of 17,
Yes.
right? So what's the best way to find out which store is carrying it?
Ask their Red Rooster
Rep
rep
or their P&B rep?
or their
Yeah.
P&B
Be
rep.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now it's
it'll be-
P&B
yeah.
Textiles.
Okay. Or just do a internet search for Michelle Palmer, and then you
Fabric.
should come up with stuff. But I want you guys, I have something else tucked away here that I want to show you guys. This is, my sister is getting married, and this is her actual wedding invitation. But what I wanted to show you was beneath it. My sister sent Michelle some different pictures of the old lighthouse where I live, and Michelle turned it into a wedding invitation for my sister. And I'm going to bring it up so that you can see it. She does some of the most gorgeous postcards. Many of you have received postcards that I've done, and she has designed the little thank you note card that goes in there for me.
She also does calendars, just a ton of stuff. So she does have an Etsy
Etsy shop.
Etsy shop. And what is that name? What's the name underneath it?
Michelle Palmer Artist.
Okay, so go search for Michelle Palmer Artist, and I'll try to stick a link below so that you guys can all go check out exactly what she does. Just so that you know, Michelle is also the artist behind our current project, which is our bumblebees. And the name of the fabric line is actually called Quilting Bees. And this is what we're working on right now. This is only 4 of the 6 panels. But I wanted you to know that that's what this one is. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today, and we will see you again really soon.